You are listening to MHTAW. It's me, your grandpa. Please visit more often. Now I'm passing the mic to Mike.
Thank you, Grandpa. Ramsha Khan has come back. If you don't know who she is, you should watch my previous video that I did, that I will put in the description, called Ramsha Khan exposes Paul Joseph Watson. So last time, a little bit of a recap, Ramsha Khan laid some pretty serious allegations against PJW. Now PJW didn't comment on the matter. He was trying to reach out to Ramsha. We don't know what happened. Well, actually, recently, one of Ramsha Khan's tweets from yesterday, she said that she was talking to Paul Joseph Watson day before that. So maybe they have patched things up, I don't know. But these pictures are a little bit of a recap of what type of allegations were said, and then we get into what Ramsha has been doing. So Ramsha Khan came back with a fresh profile picture, and she tweeted, "Decided to come back on Twitter after a whole month. It was retrospective, having a break from this echo chamber. I won't be tweeting much for a while though." And I actually like this because, this is a positive message. She didn't really follow her own advice though. She tweeted multiple times within 24 hours of that tweet, and if you look at her replies, she was replying all over the place, having discussions with people. So I don't know, maybe this comeback should have been a little bit more slower. And then she tweeted after that, "I am not impressed by money, fame and social status. I am impressed by dignity, honor and respect. If I am considered strange for liking these things, then I proudly accept that label." Well, this is a positive message, but as you can see, she got ratioed a little bit there, meaning there were a little bit more replies than likes. And some people were spamming like the previous post that she had made, that she hid. But the thing is that on Twitter there are these hidden replies, like on the bottom right corner, and like if I see that, and I think with most people you always click that because it's more like a highlight, because you want to see what the author doesn't want you to see. Sometimes it's just unrelated spam, but most of the time there's a reason for it. So in this case it was tweets of her bragging about how her family is a millionaire family, how she has a nice car and stuff like that. So it hasn't really lived up to this. So I think we are seeing a pattern of like not living up to your own standards here. Of course, that is in the past, so it is possible for you to change. However, we will see something that I think little bit breaks the respect next. The Spectator Index News Twitter profile posted, "Just in, Robert Trump, brother of President Trump, has died." And Ramsha Khan responds, "Wish it was Donald instead." Now, say what you want about President Trump, but I don't know how this works with what she said in the previous tweet of respecting people when their brother dies and you wish that they also die. And I know many people have been wishing this since Trump's brother died, and many people have given like the basic arguments why you shouldn't wish death on people and so on. So I will give a little bit of a different argument. What I will say is, if you dislike what Trump represents or what he does, you should remember that if he would die, most likely that would increase the message that he has. Especially if he would die for like non-medical reasons, but even for medical reasons. Like, for example, Kennedy. His reputation would not be this high if he wasn't assassinated. And I think Lincoln in many ways too. And of course, it is possible to like sabotage some things, but like you have to believe that Trump is especially effective. And like most of the people who are really hoping Trump will die don't think he's especially effective. So in that case, if the especially ineffective guy would die, then the message that he has will grow stronger and it will give a chance to somebody to rise. And that's why, like, for example, we don't see that many assassinations of political figures, because if you have any sense, it does not make any sense, because if they die, like via assassination, it increases their and their thoughts popularity. We can in UK we can see that I don't know, it was complicated, like what was going on with Joe Cox, the MP that was shot. Was he shot? Anyways, he was assassinated. Like, of course, that increased the popularity of the thoughts that she had, and sympathy for those thoughts, even if not agreement. Like, if the attacker's goal was to somehow weaken that side, it did not work at all. And it's very rare to see cases where it did work. It only makes sense if this person is so especially talented. And if you think Trump is especially talented, I guess then. But of course, like, even wishing medical death on a person is not so nice. So I don't know how this applies with some previous values that she has been espousing. In replies to this controversial tweet about Trump, a Twitter user called Jacob Pardon, anyway, how's Paul doing? Ramsha replied, he's great. I spoke to him yesterday. And of course, she might be kidding, she might not be. So is there some kind of like getting back together, like storyline going on here? Let's see about that on the next episode. If you like this video, please smash like, subscribe, tell your friends, you already know.